Hey folks, this is Alex and Rock from the Go Coaching Club, and we're here with another video for you. And on this video, we want to kind of share with you the importance of always having your legal paperwork with you, and also why that will actually create a huge advantage for you when you're actually dealing with buyers and sellers. So,
I suggest that, you always have your own paperwork with you. Always use your own paperwork because you're familiar with it. You know what's covered, you know what's not covered, and always have a blank addendum because what you write in an addendum will supersede all the terms in the contract itself. So always have the addendum, but again, make sure you use your own paperwork. And the reason for that is you're going to be covered in all areas, and whatever you're not is right in the addendum. I always, and it's always good to have your own paperwork with you because it doesn't matter. Sometimes you run into some kind of deals that are great deals, but you don't have the time to go to your office or home and get the paperwork and come back and get it done. Alex and I know people who have lost deals that way. By the time they go back, either they cannot get a hold of seller anymore or buyer, and they lose the deals. And each deal in real estate transaction is an average of what, $25,000 that you're going to lose. So you don't want to lose $25,000 because you don't have the paperwork with you.
and in today's time, this is pretty transportable, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you have any paper form? We're not talking about lugging around, 40 pounds worth of stuff here. It's a small folder. Just every day, before you go to your office, or if you still have a full-time job, go to your, either if you're investing full-time, that's your office for real estate investing, or you work out of your house or whatever. But get in your car, keep it in your car, keep it in the back seat, in the trunk, whatever. We're talking about a small folder. And then what we carry in, a thumb drive?
I carry it in 4 different formats. I carry it in my laptop. I carry it in my in a thumb drive, which I always have it with me. Let me just here. I carry it in the thumb drive. I also carry it in my phone because this phone has memory in it, and I carry documents in it. And I also carry it in paper format. I always have it in my mail folder, and all the documents are part of it. So whatever I need to use, I use it right away. So I'm never away from the document, and if I need a purchase and sales agreement, I just open up one of the files and get it done right away.
Yeah, so if you guys don't want to invest in, one of these high-tech phones, you're intimidated by the phones or the thumb drive, you can also, you don't want to carry a laptop around. Another thing you can do is also in today's time, now this won't work in an area where it's really rural, out in the country or something, but in most most cities, I would say 99% of the time, you're probably maybe most 5 minutes away from a Kinko's or someplace you can print something out, right?
Yeah.
Some sort of office center, even Office Depot, Office Max, Staples, take your favorite office chain. And then what you can do is you can, this would only work if you actually did this ahead of time, okay? You take these documents, now when we actually provide these agreements, usually as part of one of our systems, then what will happen is you'll get the paperwork in electronic form as well. Mm-hmm. So what you can do is you can mail it to yourself. Open up an account with Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, doesn't matter, they're all free, and just mail them to yourself. So that way, if you're in any of these places and you have access to the internet, just log in, download the document, print it out. Probably costs you 50 cents a page.
Yep.
Now this is an area to not be cheap in. Okay, we're talking about making you $15, $20, $30,000 per deal. And to pay a couple extra bucks to print out the right paperwork to seal the deal is money well spent. So as I said, most of you are probably not going to be as well equipped as we are here. We're not suggesting you carry stuff in 4 different forms or 5 different forms. But again, believe me, all it takes is one time for you to lose a deal because you didn't have the right paperwork. And also, it's very professional to show up at an appointment, right?
Yeah.
Helping with a seller. I mean, they're calling you, they need help. You say, yeah, I can help you. Show up. Say, well, let me get these numbers down. And you come back and say, well, you told me that, I told you that. And you get into this situation, he said, she said, it's a mess. If you have the paperwork there, sign it, then basically it's legally binding, then there's no room for any confusion. So, as I said, this is, things that we learned basically being under, investing, and being very, very flexible and very flexible and adaptable to whatever comes up. And having the right paperwork is a key ingredient. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how good you are structuring deals. If you can't commit it to paper at the moment it needs to be done, you're not the one that's going to be collecting the check. Somebody else is. So.
Yep, definitely.
All right. So, folks, this is Alex and Rateb sharing with you guys some of the best practices we found in actually having worked with legal agreements, and also always having it available at your fingertip. We share with you guys at least 5 different ways that you can actually have it available at your fingertip. Pick one, all of the above. And hopefully we'll hear from you guys that just this simple tip is going to make you guys an extra deal or two in your upcoming years. Okay, so this is Alex and Rateb, and we're going to just be signing you off. And until our next video episode, we'll talk to you later.